welcome to Round Robin. I'm your host, Robin McCormick with the City of Hampton, and today we're going to talk about aquatics, swimming, having fun, and making sure you learn how to swim. My guest is Tilstra.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And you're with Aquatics in the City of Hampton.
Yes.
And first, in fact, I'm going to flip what I just told you we were going to talk about. Let's talk about why people should learn to swim.
We are surrounded by water.
Whole lot of it.
Lots of water, lots of rivers, lakes, the
Creeks,
ocean.
Yeah,
creeks.
ocean, bay.
Yes. And if you can learn enough, just enough to survive, floating, get yourself to the shore, that's a big accomplishment.
Yeah, it is. I mean, around here, and gosh, let's throw in floodwaters because there are times when things come up quickly. I mean, you have to be able to survive. It's a life skill, but yet a lot of people don't.
That's
a lot
true.
of people either don't have the resources or are so afraid that they don't even learn survival skills.
Yes. Like I said, even in boating, wearing your life jackets, which, are the PFDs or the Coast Guard approved personal flotation devices for the little guys while you're out on the boat under the pier.
And it doesn't hurt the rest of us either. I mean, I'll put the vest on. I'll be honest, sometimes I unzip it. But, I at least, even though I'm actually a fairly good swimmer, and it depends on whether I'm in little water or big water, too, you could get hit on the head. But if you know how to swim, you've got a much bigger chance.
Yes, your survival rate is 100% if you know how to swim.
How do we teach people to swim? What kind of programs do we have?
We start with the babies. 6 months is what we ask. We have taken them a little younger because, little guys have no body fat, and they get very cold. So the little guys, it's a half an hour lesson, and by then they're done. We go all the way up through seniors, our senior citizens. I've had 70 years old, 80 years old in swimming lessons. Like I said, baby to a bad experience when they were younger or just never took the opportunity. So it's awesome.
It is. And with little kids, in particular, they don't start out with the fear of water. We may, as adults, have developed that fear, but little kids don't have it. And I have seen, my own kids just run straight into a pool when they're at a hotel or, somewhere you may not be prepared for it. So if you've taught them at least how to float.
We teach them, like I said, with the babies, one of the first things we teach them is rolling over from their tummy to their backs. That's the main survival skill. Even adults, you roll over. We call it pancake flipping with the babies to teach them to do their pancake flip. If you're on your back, your face is up, and you're going to be able to breathe. Wing it on your back. That's one of the big skills we teach to the little ones because that's how you get out.
Right. And how you hang out until somebody comes to get you. Well, also, and I'm going to say this, I'm speaking personally here, as we get older, sometimes we have issues with our joints or weight, and we can't do even walking sometimes. I had a banged up foot is how I got into this condition, but water exercise is a way you can stay fit, where the water helps to support you. You're not putting all that, impact on your ankles and your knees and your hips and all that. Yes. So it's really a lifelong skill.
Yes, we offer everything from aqua arthritis up to aqua cardio. So for deep water exercises, wonderful workout, no impact on your joints. Shallow water fitness, you've got 12 to 15 times the resistance in the water, but you're not getting the impact as if you're doing like a land aerobics class.
Right.
And it strengthens, all your muscle groups. I've had many patrons have their, after surgery, have their rehab time cut down in half.
Yeah.
Just from doing water aerobics, from hip replacements, knee replacements.
And I will also say, at the Hampton, the community centers, it's a little cheaper. I mean, if you join a fitness center, you kind of commit, and they take the money out of your checking account whether you go or not. But there's a little bit more of a pay-as-you-go model at the community centers. So if you're recovering from something, or you need a short-term water workout, or you want to do it yourself in the water, you pay, how much is it to join a community center?
If you
$25 a year?
It's a $20 a year for the rec card. That's if you want to come in and swim like anytime you want or do your own workout. It's $1.50 for adults, $1 for seniors. Classes are month by month. You do not have to do the rec card. It's $16 a month for twice a week, $21 a month for 3 times a week.
And see, that's a great deal. Or you can buy, like I buy the little punch card, so I
punch
don't have
card.
to bring in my money. So I've got, 20 swims for, I forget exactly, 20. It's about, it saves money. It's less than
Yes.
$1.50 if you buy the card, and it's a
Yes.
whole lot easier.
Yes.
And at the Fort Monroe pool, which is my current favorite, it's got the ramp. So if you,
Yes.
are the kind of person who doesn't want to jump in, doesn't want to get your hair wet or your face wet, or has a little fear of water or limited mobility, you just kind of walk right in.
Yeah, the zero depth entry is wonderful, especially for the little guys. Like I said, our summer camps are starting up. Like our St. Mary's Star of the Sea will be using it, plus Summer Fun Camp. And it's great for the little guys. They don't, of course, they're little,
Yeah, but it's a good
So
opportunity. And of course, that pool also
Yes.
has a couple slides. So for people who know how to swim, there's additional fun
Yes.
activities there. Okay, now we're going to talk about one particular event that you guys have planned, and it's called the
World's largest swim lesson.
Yay! So how does that work?
What we do is we have registered online with the website, and we have our rec centers are participating. They're bringing their summer campers down. We right now we have well over 100 kids that I know are coming. Once we get, they get a structured lesson on water safety to begin with.
So you start out on the beach. So
Yep.
this is going to be at Buckrow.
Yes.
And they're going to start on the beach. You're going to prep them before you let them get in the water.
Yes, they get that few minutes of water safety time. Deep water, reach and throw, don't go.
What does that mean?
means
In
like-
case people don't understand.
And if you have somebody drowning, you throw them a buoy line, throw them a water noodle, something instead of going out to get them, because then you could have 2 people drowning
people
instead of
drowning.
1.
But even if you think you know how to swim, if you are not trained in being a lifeguard,
Right.
that flailing person can take you down.
Yes,
you have
absolutely.
to be really careful.
Yes.
Okay. So you're going to give them water safety, reach and throw, don't go. What else?
They're going to learn basics on floating on their back, again, flipping over. They're going to learn front crawl. They're kicking. It's going to be a basic, like, first class for all the kids. Kicking, how to stay in shallow water, not going into deep water, the dangers of deep water, feet first instead of head first, especially in shallow water.
Yeah.
Teaching them, like I said, going on their backs, swinging on their backs, how to kick, push your tummy up, floating properly.
So this will be, partly it's fun.
Yes.
Partly it's a whole Guinness Book of World Records,
Yes.
worldwide
Yes.
participation.
Yes.
But the serious purpose is it stresses learning to swim and water safety.
Teaching them water safety and the dangers of deep water and open water, because you have currents that can pull you out. Rip currents, if you go to the beach, are very dangerous.
Right.
So they get a brief description on how to get out, what to do, how to call for help.
Basic safety that every
safety in
kid
the
should know,
water.
especially in Hampton.
Yes.
We live on the water. We have 124 miles of shoreline between our creek, and that's deep enough to put a kayak or a canoe in. So that's a lot of creeks and waters and shoreline that isn't all fence that kids could step across,
Yes.
and we should help prepare them for that.
Yes.
Okay, when is your world's largest swim?
It is June the 18th, next Thursday, 10 a.m., Buckrow Beach.
Okay, and people can go if they're not in summer camp, right?
Yes. Yep, they can.
And how do you want them to register? Do people just show up?
They can go on the world's largest swim lesson website, and they can register themselves if they want to be a part of it, like YMCA's, water parks, rec centers, any aquatic facility will participate.
Okay, well, that sounds like a lot of fun, and I think it's good to remind people about the aquatics programs in general, because it is a lower impact and a very, very healthy way to get exercise. And the indoor pools you can do rain or shine. That's
Yes.
really helpful too. When you have a week like we've had where it never stops raining, or where it's too darn hot sometimes. It's a good way to get exercise. How long have you been involved in aquatics, Chris?
Since I was a child,
Yeah.
I was one of those pool rats,
Mm-hmm.
where, they allowed children to come until they closed. And then, you get certified. And all my life.
Yeah, that sounds like my kids. They were
All
in
my
the
life.
summer swim team. We hang out at the pool. Then it was their job. They got certified as lifeguards and work at the pool in the summers. And it's a wonderful way of life. It's a good community too, that swimming community. But, you know, if you're in softball, you have to have a team when you grow up. You know, you exercise with other people. And if you learn to swim, it's kind of always there with you. It's a solo thing. You can do it until you're really, really old, we hope. Okay, well, thank you, Chris.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate you coming. Thank you for watching. I hope if you have a young one at home who doesn't know how to swim, you will consider swim lessons or at least enough training for safety's sake. And if you're maybe a little older than that but don't know how to swim, remember, you're never too old to learn to swim and to enjoy water fitness. Thanks for watching.